I hate to break this one to you, but if you're sat there thinking you only have 5 to 6 kg to lose when it comes to your diet, then you are completely wrong. Most people don't realize how much weight they actually have to lose. They completely underestimate it, don't give themselves long enough, and just end up looking exactly the same or even worse, giving up completely. What most people do, and I'm sure you've done it yourself and I have done it myself, is you give yourself 6 to 8 weeks to lose the fat, thinking 6 to 8 weeks is long enough, I'm going to be completely fine, I'm going to look the best I've ever looked, and everything is going to go to plan. Let me tell you now, it isn't, because nothing ever goes to plan, and 6 to 8 weeks is not really long enough if you take into consideration everything that can come up in that time. Because a lot of people struggle to stay consistent for 2 to 4 weeks. So how are you going to stay consistent for 6 to 8 weeks of a real solid diet? If you are expecting to get where you want to be within inside 6 to 8 weeks, you are going to have to be extreme. You are going to have to not miss a single beat. And you also need to remember what position you are starting in. If you were starting in a position of higher body fat, 6 to 8 weeks is nowhere near long enough to get yourself down to where you want to be. You are just doing yourself an injustice. Yes, there is people out there that will be able to diet for 6 to 8 weeks and get themselves shredded, but the position that they are starting in is miles better than you expect, and they don't actually have that much weight to lose. So you see these mental drastic results. 6 to 8 weeks, people are peeled out of the mind. Yeah, that does happen. But for most people, you do not realize just how much fat you are actually carrying. I'm currently 13 weeks into a 16 weeks photo shoot prep. Now, I've never dieted for this long, but in that time, so much has come up. I've had 2 trips away where I've gone to Wales on both occasions, where we eased up restrictions because they were my 2 holidays this year with stuff that I've got going on in my outside life. That's just the 2 holidays that I'm doing. So we were able to treat them as actual holidays. So you need to account for that. I've also got an illness last week, which has thrown me completely off. Plus, people will have way more going on than I have going on. And I'm doing it from a position where I started in a pretty decent position because I'd already dieted before Christmas. But 16 weeks has still got me to where I am now. And that's 16 weeks of not missing a single beat around anything else that I'm doing. And that's what people don't account for. Life is going to come up. Life's going to throw some curveballs at you. It is not going to be plain sailing. Plus, you're going to have stuff that you've already got pre-planned in that time. What you're going to do, not just go. Give yourself a long period of time. For any client that comes to me or anybody that I look at, all dependent on where you are starting at, 12 to 16 weeks is a perfect time to get you in a position where you need to be. And again, I say it, depending where you are starting at, how high your body fat levels, what's your training looking like, what's your eating already looking like. Because if your body fat levels are too high, you've got no structure around your training, no structure around your eating, it isn't going to be 12 to 16 weeks because a period of time is going to have to be spent structuring what you are doing and getting them things nailed before putting yourself further into a calorie deficit. So if you think 6 to 8 weeks is going to be enough, then just expect that you are going to be doing absolutely nothing apart from eating your meals, going to the gym, doing your steps, getting your cardio in. Forget going out at weekend, forget seeing your friends, forget going out with your missus, forget having a takeaway, forget eating off plan, forget it. And that's not me saying that then that will even work, and it sounds extreme because I'm saying forget it like that. But you are going to have to be pretty dialed in to get where you want to be in 6 to 8 weeks. That's with nothing coming up and dependent on your start point. Again, I cannot stress the start point enough. Another thing, and a lot of people don't like to hear this one because they don't think they're in as bad a position as they are, but you have way more body fat to lose than you actually think. A lot of people think, oh, I'm 90 kg. If I could just pull 5 to 6, maybe even 7 kg off, I'll look fine. I'll see my abs. I'll be where I want to be. Again, chances are you won't be. In that initial first few weeks, 2 to 3 kg may come flying off you. This is water weight, food sitting in your stomach, now you're tightening stuff up. That will come off. So you're telling me that another 3 kg and you're going to be shredded. It's not going to happen. Again, you need to realize this. Do not think that your 5 to 6 kg is going to get you where you want to be. Add another 5, add another 10. For most people, minimum of 10 kg, and you are going to be seeing a much better looking physique. Your abs are going to be there, you're going to be looking leaner, and you are going to be feeling much better. But that's still not necessarily even to say that you are going to be done after dropping 10 kg. That's where people mess it up. You have a lot more weight on the scale to lose than you think. 5 kg, 6 kg is going to make zero difference to your look. In October last year, I was 98 kg. By December, I'd gone on a harsh cut and dropped myself down to 88 kg. That's 10 kg in loss. And I still wasn't lean. I still wasn't holiday ready. I still wasn't where I wanted to be. And that was extreme. I went into a harsh deficit, didn't miss a beat, and 10 kg came off me, and I still would have needed to pull another 4 to 5 kg off to get to the position that I'm in now, which would be how I like to go on holiday. So please take that into consideration. It's not just 5 kg, it's not just 6 kg. It's a minimum of 10, and then reassessing the situation and seeing where you're at in terms of that. You need to also be more honest with yourself, and this is something that people struggle with. When you start the diet, you are on a buzz, you're absolutely excited for it, you are looking forward to the whole journey. Get 3 to 4 weeks in, you're feeling a little bit shitty, that buzz has gone, the motivation has worn off, the momentum's slowing down. But at the start, if someone said to you, right, 10 weeks, you'd be like, I'm not gonna miss a beat for 10 weeks. But realistically, get real with yourself, be honest with yourself. Are you going to stick to it to a T? Are you going to follow that meal plan, that cardio plan, your steps, your training split for 6 to 8 weeks consistently without seeing any results? Because that's the problem. As soon as people don't see results, that's when the issues start coming in. They think it's not working, I'm not doing this, and they just give up. Honesty is the best policy when it comes to your physique game. It's easy to say you'll do it until you're actually doing it. So sit down, look at your timeline, look at what you've got going on in your life, and be honest and give an honest review of what's actually going on. Right, I've got this going on, I've got this going on, I've got this going on. So you know what? Maybe I need 16 weeks, maybe I need 20 weeks. Give yourself longer. Always give yourself longer. That is what it's about. And you can only do that by being honest. If you're not being honest, you're going to say you're going to be done in 8 to 10 weeks, and you're not going to be. And then you'll be pissed off, you'll give up, go right back to where you were, pile all the weight on that you've already lost, and never have got to the place where you wanted to be. Give yourself a long period of time through honesty, through looking at your life, looking at the timeline, and making a plan based on that. And if you're someone that's never dieted before and you've never ever done it, please understand that you are going to go through a mixed bag of emotions as this diet goes on. Like I've said, it will be easy at the start. The weight will start coming off, the scales will come down, motivation will be high, and then you'll plateau. And you need to understand the stuff that's going to come into play. Are you going to be able to manage hunger? Are you going to be able to manage a bit of a higher stress level? Are you going to be able to manage being tired? Are you going to be able to manage not sleeping properly? Are you going to be able to manage saying no to things, family events, going out with the missus, all that stuff? You do not need to live like that Jay Cutler video where he said he lived in a box. We're human beings, we're not bodybuilders. But give yourself longer than you don't need to live in that box, and it will not seem as hard. This is exactly how I would go about it. So take some advice from me here and learn from it. Map out, like I've mentioned, everything that's going on in your life within the next 4 to 5 months. Realize if you're going away, when the holiday's planned, and then start from there. What am I doing? What have I got going on? Any social events, any other little holidays, any nights out, any meals out, any stuff that I do want to do, don't want to do, and make your timeline based off that. Be honest with yourself, sit down, work it out, and give yourself as long a period of time as you possibly can. And then you want to look at how much you realistically want to lose. And I'm not talking about 5-6 kg. If you are 90 kg, look and think, what's my body composition saying? How much body fat am I carrying? Where do I realistically need to get down to? And go from there. Realistically, you might want to be looking around 76, 77 kg as a goal. If you get to 80 and you're done, that's fine. Give yourself that extra few kg to hit as a target. That is the best way that you can possibly go about it. And remember, straight away, as soon as you go into that deficit, weight is probably going to come flying off you. You are going to be on a buzz. It's going to be water weight. It's not going to be actual weight. And then it will slow down. You also need to be able to manage not making rash decisions. When that plateaus, how is it plateaued? Just because a kg or a kg and a half isn't still coming off like it did at first, does that mean that fat loss has stalled? Does that mean that that calorie deficit doesn't work anymore? No, it doesn't. You need to be able to not make emotional based decisions, because if you do make emotional based decisions, you're running your calories so far into the ground, you are going to feel like absolute dog, and then you're going to have no room to play with, nowhere to go. And if you're in a 16 to 20 week diet, if you've been honest with yourself, how are your calories going to be at 1,700 after 4 weeks? We have nowhere to go with that. You are going to also spend a long period of time where you do not actually see any visual changes. I've spoke about this to clients recently. The scale weight will be coming down, and you'll be thinking, I've lost 5, 6, 7 kg. Visually, you won't look any different. and you need to be able to just keep going there, because all of a sudden what will happen, as if by magic, and it'll feel like overnight, is it'll just go bang and the visuals will come. And once you get to that stage, all that hard work you've done leading up to that, could be 8, 10, 12 weeks of hard work, all comes into play then. You're seeing new changes every single day. You look different every single day. New muscles are popping, veins are popping, and that's when the buzz starts again, the back end of the diet. So understand that visually you're probably not going to change for a long period of time. And that's how I would go about it. Always remembering you have more to lose than you think, you're carrying more body fat, and give yourself as long a period of time as you possibly can. That is what it's all about. You want the best results, you still want to live a little bit of a life, you still want to be able to go out. Give yourself a long period of time. If you are somebody that's struggling what to do, you're not sure where to start, drop me a message on Instagram. I'll link it down below. We can have a little chat and I'm more than happy to help you. I've also got a 4 3-day training split, upper, lower, push, pull, which I'm also going to link in the description. So get onto that. You can track absolutely everything there. Weights, sets, reps, make progress every week. It's all there for you. But that's it for today's video. Take some advice from it. I hope it has helped. I hope you've been able to find some stuff in it that is going to help you. Use it. That's what it's here for. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you next week for another video.